There's no doubt that quitting drinking for good is going to be one of the hardest, if not the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. The good news is, great challenges bring great rewards. And I can speak to this. Quitting was one of the hardest, maybe the hardest thing I've had to do. Alcohol has been such a large part of my life for a couple decades that it wasn't just, flipping a switch and I was done. It took time, it took effort, it took a lot of trial and error. I'd progress, I'd regress. I felt like I was just spinning the tires and not really getting anywhere. But once I got past that, life really started to open up for me. I started to see things more clear. Challenges that I would shy away from or I would struggle with, I get through with ease. And when you conquer alcohol, you conquer life. In my experience, any challenge that I have faced after quitting drinking doesn't even come close to how hard it was to walk away from alcohol. And I find myself comparing things that I'm going through, challenges that I face, to quitting drinking. And that helps me kind of put things in perspective. And you'll be able to do the same as well. Because once you've done something that's super hard, other things that you thought were hard previously, you realize they really aren't. You're looking at life through a different perspective, a new lens. I've even come to see challenges as an exciting opportunity to learn and grow, to become a better person, become a better version of myself. And I love that opportunity. Every day I wake up and I have this sense of peace, this sense of calm, this sense of joy for life that I haven't had in a really long time. At least consistently. I'd have moments of joy, moments of happiness here and there, but it seemed to be fueled by alcohol. And I've come to realize that if I needed alcohol to have a good time, to feel joy, to feel happiness, was I really experiencing those things? Or was it just this facade of life that I was experiencing, and I thought I was happy. I thought I was experiencing joy. But that just wasn't the case. I was lying to myself and drowning out those lies with alcohol. It's easy to do. We do it every day. Instead of facing our fears, facing challenges head on, we choose to drown them out with alcohol. And I don't know about you, but I was just tired of that life. I was just tired of watching the same old episode of life, day in and day out, pretending like I was happy, pretending like I was taking action, pretending like I was becoming the person I wanted to be. And that just wasn't the case. Not until I made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to drink anymore because it wasn't doing anything for me. I had this mindset of I've been there, done that. It's time to move on to something better, more productive, and something that's going to be long-lasting. And that's the reason I started this YouTube channel. I've seen and experienced the changes and the benefits of being sober in my personal life. And I want to help others find that same level of joy, that same level of clarity, same level of happiness. When I was in the process of getting sober and, all the shit I had to deal with, I'd never thought, like, oh, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and hopefully I can help other people do the same. That was kind of it was a byproduct of getting sober, of getting that clarity. And it's still hard to get in front of the camera and talk about these things, but I know it's necessary. It's necessary for me to solidify why I got sober in the first place. Thinking of content and coming up with ideas to share with you guys. Things that worked, things that didn't work. I think back to the person I was 3 years ago, 5 years ago. And honestly, I find myself in awe because I'm not the same person. And I never thought per se like I would be where I am today. In some regards I did, but I never saw myself as, someone who was confident in their actions, confident in their work. Not deep down anyway. On the outside I may have appeared confident and like I knew what I was doing. And at times I did, but now I really have a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. Like I know where I'm at and I know where I'm going and I know what actions I need to do to get there. And I've never had that level of clarity before in my life. Moments here and there, but not consistently. And I've noticed every day, day in and day out, as I'm taking these actions, I get better and better and better in every facet of my life. When I was drinking, I would have moments here and there where, man, I'm on a really good roll, but then I'd go and ruin it with just getting absolutely hammered, going on a few day bender, and then I'd be right back where I was before. Not happy, not doing what I know I needed to do, which caused even more anger, more frustration. Taking action, whatever it is, will alleviate any anxiety, depression, feeling of not worthy, lack of confidence. Because we get stuck in this mode of, where we live in fear of rejection, fear of failing, and that paralyzes us and then we don't take action. And I suffered with this for years, right? I have all these ideas and things I want to do, but I'd get to that point when it was time to start taking action, and it was like I hit a brick wall. I just stopped. I froze. And that's because I wasn't confident in myself. I feared what other people thought of me. I feared what I thought of myself. And to some degree, I still deal with those from time to time, but those times are becoming fewer and fewer. And that's because I'm taking action. If you're taking action and focusing on what you need to do in that moment, there's no room for fear, anxiety, or depression to occupy your mind. And that's what I want you to understand today is taking action can cure a lot of issues that you're dealing with. And alcohol, it kept me from taking action. Is it keeping you from taking action? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if there's one thing that you would like to accomplish or a dream that you've had for years but you just haven't taken any action, haven't taken the steps to fulfill that dream, let me know what it is in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. That's all I got for you today. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next one.